you looking for a sign? Something to get you out of your misery? Well, do I have the solution for you? Hi, I'm Guster Wintercorn, famous guy that you've seen everywhere. Now, think about the last time you were happy, like truly happy. Studies show that 87% of people said the last time they were truly happy was watching the 2007 animated film Surf's Up. So that's why I've teamed up with scientists from all across the world to create the perfect supplement that once a person takes it, the excitement and euphoria that you once felt whilst watching Surf's Up happens instantly right in your brain. Since when you digest this supplement, not drug, it's not a drug, the nostalgia brain chemicals in your brain just infuse and they go crazy, right? And then it just brings you back to that true happiness that you felt. So, you want to stay sad and miserable all your life? Go ahead, do that. But if you want to be truly happy, get a Seuss Surf's Up Energizer Supplement. So why don't you go ahead and be happy and order at Seuss.com. All you have to do, go to Seuss.com, put in how many you want, and your shipment will be here within 3 to 6 business days. That is crazy. And you, once you take these Seuss, you will be crazy happy. That's all for now. Have fun. Just have fun. Masterpiece is a word to describe many films. However, I think there's 2 components that make up what a true masterpiece is. 1, it has penguins in it, and 2, those penguins can surf. The Godfather Part 2, people say it's a masterpiece. Does it have penguins? I don't think so. Does it have surfing penguins? Not even. March of the Penguins, it's getting there. It's pretty close. It does have penguins, but do these penguins even surf in the film? No, they just stand around. That's like a missed opportunity. I don't know what that was. And now if you think about it, there's only one movie that has these 2 components in it, and that is the film Surf's Up, a movie that carefully analyzes and explores the dangerous side effects of using performance-enhancing drugs. Because let's be real, this guy right here, that dude definitely takes steroids. And you're thinking, oh no, he's just naturally buff and swole. As a penguin? That doesn't work. Like, I searched over the last couple hours last night, like buff penguins, and there's nothing came out. I didn't see anything. Nothing real. But let's push aside that guy, and let's look at the main protagonist of the film. Cody. And of course, his name's Cody. It was 2007, and people named Cody existed from 2000, and then after 2009, they just disappeared. And now Cody breaks down the common misconception that people might have about penguins, because the trailer voice guy in the trailer says,
if you think penguins are cute and cuddly, you don't know Cody.
Because, you're like, hey, I like penguins, they're cute and cuddly, right? No, Cody is not. Cody is a rebellious, snarky little badass surfing penguin. And we've seen this character type before. Commonly, it was placed on a lot of early 2000s movies for kids. This rebellious teenager. No one cares about my ambitions and goals. Man, no one understands me. I'm just like a loner. We've seen this character type many times in films. The reason why this character works much better here is because Cody, he doesn't hate everyone in his life. He's just tired of living in his town. That was kind of a weird place to pause, but in his town, Shiverpool, which that's an amazing pun. Give it up. Who came up with that? Give them a raise. And there's no overcomplicated backstory about Cody's life. He does have a dead father, but it's used in this amazing little gag in the film for a couple seconds. And that's really one of the best parts about this film, is that it never takes itself too seriously, and it's just always constantly making fun of itself. And we learn more about Cody and his lifestyle in Shiverpool. He lives in these cool suburban like igloos, and like we learn that his mom likes to make tuna casserole, which is just regurgitated tuna. And we learn about Cody and his current obsession with surfing and how he wants to be like the best there is. And, you know, the best there is his idol, Big Z, who died surfing. So he was the greatest surfer. And he also died while surfing. So is he that good? Is he that good of a surfer if he died? No. But before he died, Big Z came to Shiverpool and gave little Cody a Z necklace, which means Cody's now cursed and will soon be obliterated while surfing sometime in the near future. And we learn it might be sooner than we thought, because Cody gets into this Big Z Memorial Surfing Competition. It's like the biggest surfing competition for these little penguins. And it's not only for penguins too, like there's chickens in this, because we got this stoner guy, Chicken Joe, who's probably one of the best characters in media.
How's it going, man?
Because he doesn't let the negativity get to him. He doesn't let really anything get to him. I don't think he like gets anything. Now coming to think of it, I don't think he like knows what's going on at all. Like there's nothing behind those eyes. But hold up, who else is in this surfing competition? Because I just listed 2 people. And that's right, there's way more penguins in this thing, because guess what? This is like the craziest crossover in film history. We don't call it a masterpiece for no reason, because who else is in this surfing competition? We got Mumbo from Happy Feet. What? I knew he was good at dancing. I didn't know that guy had the surfing skills. And who else do we have? The Penguins of Madagascar? Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, and Tim? And hold up, what? Danny DeVito's the Penguin in Batman Returns? There's probably some like misunderstanding. They probably thought he was like a real penguin and invited him over, but you know, he's happy to surf. We'll see how he does. Jim Carrey with his penguins from Mr. Popper's Penguins? That can't be allowed. There's 17 of those. That's okay, because the one person who I know is probably going to take the trophy is the buff jack penguin guy on steroids, whose name is Tank. Makes sense, because the dude is literally the size of a tank. And he's like the typical bully. He's played extremely over the top. Like he's at 11 over the top, which just makes it so much funnier. Because in his free time when he's surfing, he just likes to crash and kill the little penguin kids.
Spend some time with the kids.
It's so funny to me. That scene is hilarious. Probably because the character design of these little kid penguins is so hilarious. Like the little bug eyes. Like, I would want to kill them, too. If we're thinking about it realistically, I could probably kill, like, 55 little baby penguins. Let me know in the comments down below, how many little baby penguins could you probably kill? Sound off in the comments. Make sure to smash that notification bell. Like, you want to smash those little baby penguin boys. And we also meet another character in the film, Lonnie, who Cody has the hots for, you know what I mean? Like, probably wants her to make some tuna casserole for him. You know what I'm saying? And so he has to show off that he's really good at surfing. So he kind of beefs with the beefed up Jack Tank penguin guy. But this little meerkat, little, I don't know what that is. Like a little groundhog? Oh, sea otter. Okay. And, whoa, he's currently alive. That's great. Good for him. And the sea otter is the head of the Big Z Memorial Surfing Competition. And he's like, hey, you guys want to beef it out? Beef it out in the wave, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they do. And we get the 6th surfing scene. Like, I want this injected into my veins right this second, please. But then Cody straight up just gets obliterated while surfing.
It's going to be awesome.
That was really inappropriate of me. I'm sorry. My bad. But thankfully, you know, Lonnie is a certified lifeguard who decides to save Cody and brings her back to this sketchy shack where she lives with her uncle. And this geek guy, turns out he's kind of a big freak, you know what I'm saying? Because he sees Cody, his foot is injured, decides to start pissing on him. I'm not sure if that like turns him on or anything. It seems like it does. since this is an amazing movie, we have to have some surprise in the movie, and this movie pulls out all the surprises. This big freaky geeky guy, he's actually Big Z. Big Z, back from the dead. Turns out he just didn't want to surf. He was like, nah, I'm good. I think I'm gonna dip, like literally dip into the ocean. No one can see me anymore. And when Cody finds out, typical fan behavior, he goes all crazy and he's like, yo, 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 you better teach me how to surf. And so Big Ziggy Doo himself, he's like, hey man, like, I can teach you how to surf, but it has to be the Big Ziggy Doo way. And this basically is now the Karate Kid with penguins and they're surfing. So that's like amazing. And it works so well because Jeff Bridges as like this chill surfer mentor for Cody, his voice fits so perfect for that role. And for a movie called Surf's Up, it actually pays respect. And it's kind of like a little, love letter and appreciation for the art of surfing because it shows more of like the dedication and the reasons why these penguins love surfing.
Tube riding is the ultimate thing in surfing, to ride inside the wave and make it out of it. It's all we want to do every day.
Compare that to like other films about animals playing some sport or doing some crazy skill. They don't go into like what makes this like skill or sport so cool. They're just like, yeah, look, isn't that funny? That snail is racing. And the surfing scenes are like the most fun scenes in the entire film because just these penguins surfing, doing these crazy cool tricks paired to some like cheesy 2000s music. It's just so great. Either if it's like, the competitions or Cody surfing his feelings out, or the best scene in the film where it's Cody, Lonnie, and Big Z and they're surfing all together. It's just pure vibes. That's basically what the whole movie is. It's pure vibes and it works so well. And meanwhile, all this vibes and surfing going down, we got some more vibes going down with Chicken Joe, because Chicken Joe, his amazing stoner adventure B-plot is taking place because he's trying to find Cody and he's like, hey yo Cody, where you at, bro? And so he's going through the jungle and he sees some penguins who are part of this tribe and they want to eat him for dinner. And Chicken Joe, he's like baked out of his mind, of course, and so he has no clue what's going on. He's like, oh, these guys want to chill with me, we can be homies. And he's like, yo, this is so chill. And it's amazing.
It was kind of cool. They kind of served me food while I was in there.
It was like dinner and a show.
Like if I could Clockwork Orange style, like force people to watch Chicken Joe's amazing B-plot, I would, because I think everyone needs to see it. It just really speaks to the human nature, even though it's portrayed through a chicken. So we hang out more with Cody, Lonnie, and Z, and Big Z. He can surf really well, but he can also sing and play the ukulele. What can't this penguin do? Like, this is like the ideal penguin that I want. So, Mr. Z, if Lonnie ever abandoned you and you need someone to cook and clean, like, hit me up, You're trying to get a penguin to hit you up. What are you doing? Are you stupid? But it turns out the only one who's doing all the abandoning is Big Z himself. Because that's right, Cody is like, hey, Big Z, like, why don't you come surf at your own memorial surfing competition? And he's like, nah, I dipped, dude. Like, why would I want to go back? And Cody's like, wow, that's like so freaking disrespectful of you. I'm going to throw a little baby boy temper tantrum. And I'm going to throw the Z necklace away because that shows I don't care about you, Big Z. Big Z, more like take this big L, you know what I'm saying? Because you're a freaking loser. We followed the typical low point of a film like this, the typical story beats, which is fine because the reason why the film works so well isn't because of its like unique storyline. It's because of its unique perspective of comedy that it puts into the film. Because I haven't even gotten to the best part of why this movie is so great is because of its mockumentary style to it. Because the movie is made like it's its own documentary for Cody. If that doesn't make any sense to you, it's like The Office. It's like The Office. And this style definitely helps with the flow of the story as it, introduces us to the characters more naturally, but it doesn't make it like a cheap cop-out where it's like, we're just gonna have the characters talk to the camera about their feelings. No, it actually works better for the comedy because it shows these characters, how they act when the cameras are rolling and when they think the cameras are not, which kind of adds more to the comedy. As well, the directors fully commit to this bit, as the whole film is kind of like, it's pretend shot, like it's handheld, which just makes it more believable. And there's also like little details that they put in the film as well. If it's like a scene with like waves or water, sometimes they'll put like little droplets of water on the fake camera. And like they even have one scene like with Chicken Joe's B plot, one of the penguins from the tribe just stabs a camera penguin. It's kind of hilarious. But what's not hilarious is that Chicken Joe is gonna die because he's severely ill. Like he's really ill. Like look how ill he is.
Okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty, okay, shorty.
Like this is the sickest mofo in the surfing competition, because that's right, it's the day of the Big Z Memorial Surfing Competition. And Big Z, he's not even showing up to his own memorial surfing competition. That's disrespectful. But he is kind of like creeping around and watching people and stalking them. So which makes me think, like, has he been doing this like the entire time? Do you think he ever like pulls like a Christmas Carol type thing on like any of the other surfers? Like he pretends, he goes, "Hey, I'm the ghost of Big Z. You better not surf or you're gonna end up like me." Probably not. But the only thing that's gonna haunt Cody for the rest of his life is the fact that he might lose the surfing competition, because it's down to the final three. We got Cody, Chicken Joe, Mr. Roids. It's getting pretty intense. And because Chicken Joe and Cody have been like homies the entire film, they're like, hey, let's team up, take down Mr. Roids, which is just amazing. The team up in here is insane. And it's just like a little valuable lesson. That maybe life isn't just about the steroid penguins that you have to defeat, but maybe it's about the Chicken Joes that you meet along the way. And because of the insane amount of power of Chicken Joe, Cody is able to do these insane tricks over the buff penguin. What? Cody then goes Extreme X Games mode on the buff penguin, and because of that, they end up going into this like little rocky part of the beach, and it's like, oh no, Cody might die, and he does, which is sad. It's probably because of the curse of the Big Z necklace, like I mentioned from before. But the only thing that can cancel out the curse is if Big Z himself comes, and he does. So that's cool. And Cody lives on forever. The tank guy, he loses, and the winner of the surfing competition ends up being Chicken Joe. Because let's be real, he's the only one that really deserved it. And now, what's black and white with the surfboard in one hand and the appreciation and love from his peers in his heart? That's right, it's Cody at the end of the film, because he is so happy with everything in his life, which is great. Good for him, dude. And, you know, it ends off in a really high note. We have all the penguins and all the other people. They're all surfing, and it's a perfect end to a masterpiece. And that Surf's Up, a film that, based on its simplistic story, could just be one big joke, but it actually takes its time and it kind of fleshes out the characters, but it never takes itself too seriously. Like, there's literally like stupid jokes about Cody's dad dying. This video has just been me venting about why Surf's Up is absurdly good, and I hope you like that. And like I mentioned from before at the start of the video, the two components of making a masterpiece is having penguins and penguins that surf, and now I've realized there's actually another movie that has those two things. That's Surf's Up 2 Wave Mania. And we don't need to think or like talk about Surf's Up 2 Wave Mania, because all I really want in life is to feel the joy of Surf's Up 1.
On being awesome.
Put them together for the Hang Five, the most extreme team, surfing the earth and living the dream.
They're here!
Wow, the Hang Five. Seeing them surf made me who I am today.
What's up, little dudes?
It's who?
You're the awesomest!
To the ultimate test. This is a mountain.
Hello? How are those Seuss treating you? You you're the one who did this to me. Oh, I mean, you did this to yourself. You took the poisoned pretzels. You poisoned me? Is this why I've been throwing up constantly and can't get any sleep anymore? Guess you didn't get the hidden message, huh? Hidden message? If you rewind the commercial, you get a hidden message. Yeah, I poisoned all these supplements. These supplements are poisoned. Am I gonna die? Yeah, probably. I mean, everything from now just goes completely downhill. No. You can't be serious. Oh, I am serious. You're just mad that I played you. Played you like a piano. Like a what? I feel much better now. That guy just saved my life and he might not ever know. Hey man, so I'm feeling a lot better now. I was just thinking to celebrate, just the two of us, we could go on over to Subway, degrade the employees and throw a bunch of sandwich toppings at them. My treat. Well guys, that's the end of the video. Make sure you smash that like button.